Welcome to House Edge. Before we start the episode, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe here on YouTube. And check us out on Twitter, TikTok, and Discord at House Edge Bet. Links down below. Enjoy the show.
In college football season, last show, I'm going to go over how we did for the year and the national championship game, Michigan versus Washington. Should be a fun one. How you doing, Bert?
I'm doing good. The stage is set. That Washington team that people said weren't even going to win the Pac-12, they made it. They're in the championship now. They said they were going to lose by 10 in the Pac-12 championship. That still blows my mind.
Yeah, they're really riding that underdog title all the way through to this national title game. Underdogs again.
Yep.
But I think Michigan might have something for them. Oh, yeah. So let's review, talk about our Bowl Mania. So we did pretty good in Bowl Mania. Unofficially, our picks went, for me, 25-17. Burke went 24-18. Didn't make it up on a parlays as much, but we're on fire on our singles. 13-9 records for each of us at 4 units and 3.8 units each. Making money out here.
Yep. Actually making money on the College Bowl Mania. We both have pretty good reads for our box score reading.
Yeah. So that brings us all time. We are sitting at, for me, I'm 40-34-1, up 5.85 units. And Burke is 42-33-1, up 0.16 units. Bowl Mania brought you back into the even, Burke.
Yeah, without the Bowl Mania, I was going to be negative for sure, but we got it done. Another positive year in college football, barely, but
yeah. So yeah, we got one last chance with this national championship game. So we're gonna do our picks for the game, spreads, unders, as well as a couple props that we like on the board.
Yep, we got pretty opposing picks here.
Yeah, we are really against each other on this game. Started off, I have Michigan -4.5. Burke's going to take the other side, Washington +4.5. We're both going to do this on a 5 units, because you can't take those units home. I'm going to throw out some big ones this week.
Oh, yeah. Final game of the year, got to be betting big on the final game. We've watched enough college football. This is what all our watching has led up to.
Yeah, I think Michigan takes this game pretty handedly. I don't think 4.5 is enough. Washington would be the worst defense to win the national title if they won this game. And that Michigan defense is crazy. And I think they're going to really show Washington's offense something.
Yeah, I just think Michael Penix, the way he was dropping the ball into tight coverage against Texas, I don't really think it matters who was defending them. This guy's going to be able to get the ball out and get some production, and 4.5 points was just too much for me. I think Washington's a better team than Bama.
I wouldn't disagree with you that I think Washington would probably also beat Bama. But I think Michigan played one of its sloppiest games of the entire year and still managed to win that game. I don't think you're going to get another game where they have constant turnovers, dropping punts.
Yeah, that drop punt. I thought, here we go again.
Yeah, so I think they come out a lot sharper in the national championship and really take it to Washington.
We'll see.
But I do, at the end of that game, I was like, Washington, Penix, he looks like Deshaun Watson out there, prime Deshaun Watson.
Yeah, he looked really good against Texas, and I think he's going to roll it into the national championship. He's got that chip on his shoulder. They gave a guy from LSU who wasn't really playing for anything the Heisman when he's on the undefeated team, star quarterback with a not very good defense. So
he got robbed.
Yeah, he definitely got robbed of the Heisman. He was the best player in college football this year, and I think he's going to show it.
Yeah, they gotta change the committees up. College football playoff, big robbery of Florida State, and then we have this robbery of Michael Penix and his Heisman.
Committees aren't doing it. Just get it to 12 teams so we never have to argue about who's in or who's out. I don't care about that 13th team. They're not winning it.
They say that until someone does.
Once a 12 seed or a 10 through 12 seed, once one of them wins, then I'll worry about the 13th team getting in or out of the playoffs.
Gotcha. Oh man, that moves us on to our totals bets. Again, we're undecided. I mean, we're decisive on this pick. Burke's going to take over 56.5. I'm taking the under. And that really speaks to our plays. I think that Michigan's defense is going to come in there and handle Washington. You think that offense is unstoppable. So that
I think it's going to be a shootout. Both teams are going to be playing scoring ball.
That's the thing. For my pick, I see no way that Michigan wins and there's a shootout. If there's a shootout, I think Washington probably wins.
Yeah.
And they probably win handily. So I really want Michigan to go in there thinking we have to shut down this offense, run the ball, shorten down the game, and that's how they get it done.
Yeah, that's the game plan for Michigan. That's how they're going to win the game if they do. I think Michael Penix is going to throw a wrench in those plans. They haven't played a quarterback like him this year.
That is true. There is no quarterback in the Big Ten.
What was that Ohio State quarterback?
Kyle McCord.
Yeah, that was the closest guy to Michael Penix that they played this year.
And that's like the distance between Earth and Mars.
Yeah, exactly. Huge difference. I don't think they're ready for him, but we'll see. I think both teams are. I think Michigan's going to be able to keep up with them when they're throwing the ball. I think JJ McCarthy's going to go over his 190.5 total passing yards. That's not enough for me, especially in the shootout that I see happening. And Michael Penix Jr. over 1.5 passing touchdowns. I think those are some of the easiest plays if this goes to the shootout that I expect it to.
Yeah, I also like those plays. I'm also on the Michael Penix over 1.5. I'm also going to take him for a 3+ touchdowns at plus 220. It's kind of like a little hedge against Michigan not being able to stop him. But yeah, I definitely think Michael Penix shows up and gets at least the 2. I mean, that's their offense. It's going to be behind them.
They throw the ball.
Yeah, whether it's 14 or 35, I think he gets 2 touchdowns.
Mm-hmm. And then for anytime touchdowns, I'm the only anytime or first touchdown that I'm taking is Jalen Polk on Washington. 1 unit. I think he was around plus 220, something like that.
Yes, I'm also for anytime. I first have a first touchdown score. I'm going to take all my first touchdown and any touchdowns at half a unit. So we're going to take Blake Corum plus 280 for that first touchdown. Then anytime I got Roma Duze, Roman Wilson, and Jalen Polk, all for half a unit.
Yep. And then for player props, the only one that I'm taking that I haven't mentioned already is Roma Dunze, over 94.5 total receiving yards. And I'm doing a unit on all of these player props.
Yeah, I like that play. I was looking at some of his passing yards, but I just thought 90 was too much. I'm hoping that they only can allow, Michigan only allows like 2 deep balls to him. They really got to try to contain him to keep this game under.
Yeah, definitely. If you want to see that under, the Roma Dunze and Jalen Polk cannot go off.
Yeah, for sure. To finish out my player props, I have JJ McCarthy under 26.5 passing attempts. He's hit this total like 3 times this season, so it's just not how their style of play.
Mm-hmm.
And I do think that they really are going to lean into running the ball this game to try to keep Washington's offense off the field. And I also think it's going to be a big day for Blake Corum. I got him 2+ touchdowns at plus 110. For his longest yard to be over 22.5. And last, I have Grady Gross, the Washington kicker, over 6.5 kicking points. This is hoping for, field goals, not touchdowns for Michigan to get in the red zone and they lock down.
Point afters count for this as well, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yep. So even if they do score a touchdown, couple field goals, you're in. I'm going to tell you on that Corum longest rush over 22.5 yards, that's not enough. They're going to be feeding him the ball, especially early.
23 yards, they'll break one for 23.
Yeah.
yeah, so that puts in all our plays for the college championship. Um, got anything else for a book?
No, it should be a good game, exciting game. No SEC teams in the championship for a very long time, for the first time in a very long time, and I honestly kind of hope the Big Ten wins, but not by 4 points, not by
The
5
Big Ten
points.
is winning. The
Yep.
Big Ten is winning no matter what.
Yeah, that's true.
Again, Washington.
They're both going to the Big Ten. That's true.
Yeah, I was just talking about this the other day. Penn State really has to show up next year because
Yeah.
I mean to just get into the championship game in a conference, we got to beat the runner-up.
Yeah, yeah. I think James Franklin's going to have a year where he's exposed next year, and I hope we fire him.
Yeah, hopefully
See how it goes.
he's got to show us something new. This
Yeah.
can't be our ceiling.
And Drew Alar has to get better this offseason. He's got to figure it out. Calm the nerves down, whatever it takes. He looks lost
sure.
out there in big games.
That Ole Miss game was tragic.
Oh, almost couldn't watch it. It was tough. But yeah, another college football season in the books. Yeah, we'll see you guys after the championship next season.
Yeah, signing out for the college football season.
All right.